Most people focus on what they need to do to attract success. But what if the real key is what you allow yourself to receive?
Through years of mindset training, we discovered that affirmations itself is not enough. There is a crucial second step that most people completely ignore.
Today, we are going to show you how to unlock that next level so success flow more effortlessly to you.
If you are new here, welcome to the Future Builders Podcast by Empowered Liion. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Ballerina. We quit the corporate job and build our own lifestyle business that gives us control over our time, income, and freedom.
Now we are sharing how you can do it as well.
Yay! Even if you have been doing the affirmation in a correct way, you might still be blocking your own success.
This is because most people, they focus on what they give, but they fail to realize that receiving is as important as well.
I remember when I was still in my primary school, my teacher told me this. She said, when you are having the ability to give, you are actually more blissful than receive. I think that's the misconception that has been planted into my mindset. So I always think that I should always give instead of receive. But receiving is a very important lesson that we should all learn in a lesson to make our success come to our way 10 times faster.
Yeah, for the listener, I want to tell you this. If you constantly reject what is coming to you, right, whether it is money, whether it is like praises, opportunities, if you don't want them, you push them away, you are just telling the universe that no, you don't want them. And then your success won't come because you need those things to come into your life, but you're pushing away.
So this just don't happen only in the mindset, but also it happens in a real life, in small moments, in every single day. Whenever people praise you that you look beautiful today, but you just say, no lah, we all look the same. So do you think people will still continuously praising you in the next day?
Yeah, let's say if you are in a company, you are working as a young leader and then you want to get promoted to become manager, right? So let's say you've done a team project, then you make a significant contribution. Then let's say your colleagues or your boss tell you, no, you made like such a huge impact to this project. But then you yourself, you are just saying, no, everyone is the same lah. We all contributed the same
This
thing.
is what we should do as employees.
Yeah. If you say like this, right, you are subconsciously telling yourself that you don't want the recognition. You are telling your boss that no, it doesn't matter. You are ought to work this hard and you don't need to receive any credits.
So I think what we should say is just as simple as thank you.
Yeah, even if you don't look like you own all the credits, right? Just say thank you. That is enough. You are not like rejecting it at least.
Of course. Or you might think that saying thank you might sound not so humble. You can also suggest your boss that who has done a very great job. So one way you are receiving the praises, the compliment that given to you, and another way you're actually giving others the same opportunity as what you have. So you are receiving something and you're giving something at the same time. So the key for today is to learn to say thank you instead of rejecting those compliments or whatever opportunities that have been given to you in your life.
Definitely. And the example that we gave just now, is fortunate to happen in a good workplace, right? Whereby your boss or your colleagues will say something good to you. But what if your environment, your work environment is like, even when you do good work, right, you have good contributions, but your boss just don't tell you anything. They pretend not to see your good things, but they just keep complaining you for the bad things.
It's like what you have done as an employee, no matter how well that you have done, no matter what you have done is beyond the expectation. This is what you should do as an employee, and that's the reason why they hire you. But all faults are on yours.
All the minor mistakes, they were just the first No, the first time they found the mistake, they will just come to you and just say, why you do this.
So if you encounter this problem in your current life, most probably the culture that you are working in a company is very toxic one. So as human, we always wish to receive the compliments. We'll be so happy, it'll make our day. Even just a very small thank you or very small, like nothing need to cost a lot. Like you've done a very good job. It will literally make your day a very wonderful one. So if you have been desiring this, but you're still not attracting this in your life, or you really want to live a life that you are wanting for a very long time, you should consider our free 2-hour Synergistic Living Masterclass. It's a masterclass that we will show you how you can live in a way that you can do anything you love at all times without any worries, including your money, time, and energy. If you really want to be like us, you should consider this free 2-hour Synergistic Living Masterclass. You can sign up at www.empowerliion.com/synergistic-living-masterclass. We'll be seeing you in that 2-hour time.
I want to move on to the next example that most people, they reject something. Especially this happens in Asian culture. Let's say when you buy some food, like some good food for your family members, like for your parents, right? Then maybe some parent, right, they will feel that they feel happy, of course, but they will just give you some money, like give you some money back as an appreciation. But not as children. What do you do? We just reject it, right? So we just say no, it's okay lah. This kind of money, just a little bit of money only, we can treat you.
Like, this is the salary that I got for the first time, so I bought something for you. Don't need to pay me back.
Yeah. So this is like, again, rejection. You reject what is given to you. So I want to share to all of you about my own experience. So I actually went to the US for master's degree, right? So I studied there, and then I bought some supplements there. And then I brought it back, right, to give it to my grandparents. And my grandparents, as usual, they are typical Asian parents, right? So they just gave me some money, a few hundred ringgit. Now, in my situation, what I did was that I actually didn't say no. I didn't like reject whatever they give me. So my grandma actually gave me that money. I just accepted it. So I received the money, and many people, they will feel like, no, why do you receive the money from your grandma? It's like you are buying a present for her, right? But what I'm thinking is that after I receive the money, right, I can actually buy even more good stuff, like some tonic back to her next time. So you can see it is actually a positive loop. I bring something to my grandma, then my grandma gives me money, then I use that money to buy even more things for her.
So don't get us wrong. We are not asking you to keep the money for your own. If you don't really want to keep the money, instead of rejecting, you can just keep it for their use. For example, when you want to bring them out for lunch, for dinner, or you want to buy something for them on their birthday, you can use that money to top up on your own budget so you can give them a better experience. When people give you something that you wanted to experience, but then after the experience, you don't appreciate, but you just start to criticize things. You just complain this and that. I mean, complain is fine, but at least you have to appreciate people when they give you something.
Yeah.
So this is what happened after you reject. After you reject, people won't want to give you the thing anymore. This time round, we'll be acting as a giver instead of receiver, because as Asian, we always give instead of receive. So let me look at the point of view of a giver. Imagine when you bring a birthday present. I remember I heard this example. I don't remember from who or from which event, but this example is that you spend a lot of time, a lot of energy to prepare a very perfect birthday gift. You wrap it nicely in the wrapper, very perfect, very nice wrapper, and then you tie a very perfect ribbon. You even feel that the ribbon is not nice, so you just untie it again, all over again, until it looks so perfect. It looks so nicely in front of you, and you imagine how happy your friend will be after she or he received these gifts. Then you bring the present, you knock under their door, knock, knock, knock. Your friend open the door and welcome you in. Then scenario A, your friend take your present saying thank you and then put it aside, then join you for the conversation in the sofa or whatever place. Then you might not feel so happy, or you might feel happy at the moment. Then imagine scenario B, your friend, you still do the same. Knock, knock, knock. Your friend receive your present. It's like, oh my God, you prepared a gift for me. This is so nice. And I really, really want to appreciate you for all your effort, because you must have spent so much time, so much energy to prepare this birthday gift for me. And it was for me. Then your friend take this present, showing the present to all of your friends. See, look, this is the present that who has been preparing for me for so long. Then I'm so excited. Can I open it now? Then what do you feel? Let me know your feeling when you have encountered situation A and situation B by typing it in the comment below. What's your reaction after these two scenarios?
Of course, no, for scenario A, right? No, I will feel like I cannot control what they will react, then I will just be okay, so be it. But for scenario B, of course, it is like on a different level. When my friend praise me in front of me, right, saying how good that I've done things. No, of course, I feel like 10 times happier. So for the audience, right, when you receive something, when you praise the one who has given you the thing, right, both of you receive even more happiness.
Of course. Then if you really want to give a present to a person, would you want to give it to the person who is in scenario A or scenario B?
Of course, in the B.
Because he or she gives you more values, right? When you are giving, you're actually receiving as well. So you feel like you want to give even more things to the friend in scenario B. So if you can really feel these vibes, you should really consider, who are you? Are you the friend in scenario A, or are you the friend in scenario B? If you're in the friend in scenario A, you should go and reflect yourself. Do you feel truly happy when you receive something in life? It might not be a present, it might not be an opportunity, but it's just simple as just a very simple praise.
Yeah, so I want to share a lesson learned when I was in this Millionaire Mind Intensive workshop. So there's this affirmation, it says this: I am a generous giver and an excellent receiver. So you must be able to give and also receive something. If you say no when people give you something and you don't want to receive, right, you actually stop the flywheel. But when you say yes, you receive the praise, the compliments, then you will be able to give better to others. So the flywheel keeps moving on.
Of course. So do we have any exact action that they can take in order to practice this? You are an excellent giver and an excellent receiver.
I think the simplest method is just to say thank you when people praise you. Because most people in Asian culture, we just don't deserve, we feel that we don't deserve any recognition.
We try to be humble because this is what we have been taught since young. A mom, a parents, a teacher always taught us you need to be humble as you can. You cannot be too arrogant. And I think a very simple practice, you just start from a very small thing. When people say, thank you, you say you're mostly welcome, or people praise you for something. For example, you look good today. Then you must learn to say thank you. You don't have to start from a very big thing, like your boss give you an opportunity, just take your initiative to take it or whatever. But you just start from saying thank you when you receive something.
Yeah, this is like very simple stuff that everyone can do, but you actually change your energy from negative energy, you change to at least neutral or positive.
of course, then people will feel so happy as well, because as a giver, they feel happy when the receiver feels happy. So moving on to the next one, which is tying it back to the affirmation. What is the exactly right way to use them?
So for saying affirmation, right, like what we discussed last episode, people tend to be vague and then they just use future tense like I will be rich. There is a more specific, better way of writing or saying affirmation. So there are four things that you need to take note when you are writing or saying an affirmation. The first thing is write in present tense. Second is be specific as you can. Then number three is keep it positive. And number four, most importantly, you need to visualize that happens instead of just blindly write it down or say it out. So one example, let's say, is like I make $30,000 per month because I add value to other people's lives. This is actually a real statement that I've written on my own affirmations. Now, why this statement is good, right? Because first thing is it uses present tense. Then second, it uses specific numbers like $30,000. And then number three, it explains why I deserve the value. Because when I add values to other people's life, then I deserve the $30,000. So this is actually a good statement, a good affirmation. But how can we make it better? Is that we can be more specific on the add value part, because I say I add value to other people. That's
So
why
what exactly
yeah,
are the values?
yeah, what are the values? So for myself, right? So what I add values to the audience here is that I help the audience to become wealthier and happier in life. Yeah,
That's good.
so there's a specific value that I deliver to my audience.
Okay, and also how many people you want to help. For example, someone just want to start from a small number every day, like I want to help one people today, I want to help two people today. Then you can slowly increase the number. You don't have to just immediately start from 100, 200, 300. I know helping 100 people might not be a very big deal when you're very successful, but you just need to start small in order for you to maintain it. You just start from, okay, we are going to help one people today to become wealthier and happier, so that your goal is easier to achieve. Then you feel happier when you're going to execute this thing. You won't treat it like a to-do list. You just, okay, after one people you help, then you just cross it out, the number, then you continuously go to find the other person. This is not the way that you should do. You should do it from the bottom of your heart. Like if you really want to help people, help them sincerely.
Yeah. So you just now you said that no big numbers, it may not seem realistic initially, but you can definitely write it down in your affirmation. It is like you know someday you will achieve it, but you can right now focus on helping one people on a day, but you can eventually write you want to help 1,000, few hundred people eventually. So from the initial affirmation that I mentioned just now, so here is the improved version. I make $30,000 per month because I help 300 people quit the jobs they hate and live the life they desire. So it includes all the elements that I mentioned just now. And more importantly, don't just read it blindly. You need to feel that you are actually helping this group of people, and you just imagine they become happier. They thank you for the help that you have given them. So that's the most crucial part for you to have whatever that you want to come true.
And trust us, the energy is different, then the result that you generate will be different as well. Try to imagine this when I read it out like this. I make $30,000 per month because I help 300 people quit the job they hate and live the life they desire. Versus, I make $30,000 per month because I help 300 people quit the jobs they hate and live the life they desire.
Yeah, there's so much different in the energy level there.
So when you have the energy, your result is more likely to be achieved as soon as it can.
Yeah, so most importantly is that you need to be in that scene of what you want to become.
Now that you have understand how affirmations work, then it's time for us to introduce you a more powerful technique.
Instead of saying affirmations every day to yourself, why not you get others to compliment you?
This is a very tricky part because when you just say it to yourself, you can hardly make yourself believe it, although you have been repeating every day. But then one day later, you got someone else to say the exactly same thing to you. You feel different. You feel like, oh my God, I did it. So you have more confidence to continue the way that you're doing.
That is the power of feedback and recognition. When you say 100 things to yourself, you may doubt yourself. But when others say it to you, you are like this, it is a totally different feeling.
Yes, and how to start this is when you want someone else to say this to you, start saying to others first.
Yeah, start saying to others or do the actions that you want others to do for you.
Yes, so if you want others to praise you that you have completely changed my life, then you shouldn't just sit there and wait for people to say this to you. Instead, you should take action to help them to change their entire life. Then when their life is changed, when they see the result that they want, they will give you this kind of compliment naturally.
Yeah, so all in all, it's like this. If you don't have something and if you want something, give out first. Give what you don't have and then you will have it eventually.
Yes. Most people only focus on what they can give, but they forget receiving is just as important.
The more you accept what is given to you, the more you open yourself up to even greater opportunities.
If you found this useful, remember to like and subscribe to our channel Empower Liion, and don't forget to check out our next episode. Stay tuned. Bye!